Security cameras captured another attempted robbery on a quiet street. A man, who at first looked like just another pedestrian, suddenly pulled out a weapon and confronted the driver of a parked car. He tried to force the door, hit the window, and made threats. The driver, trying to avoid damage, opened the door, but to the criminal's surprise, the victim was actually an off-duty police officer. The agent reacted instantly, and the suspect, even injured, fled on foot. Hours later, the outcome. While seeking medical attention, the suspect was arrested. Another clear reminder that crime never pays.
It's 5:20 a.m. The early morning rain leaves the streets wet and silent. Security cameras show a calm scene until a man appears near a black car, seemingly starting another ordinary workday. Suddenly, a vehicle approaches, stops beside him, and the door opens. What seemed like a simple question turns out to be a robbery. The criminals, without hesitation, announce the crime. What they didn't know is that the victim was a corrections officer. Sensing the threat, he tries to react. The criminals fire, and the officer returns fire. The sound of gunshots alarms the neighborhood. The assailants flee at high speed. The officer is hit by 3 bullets and is rescued by his family, being taken to the hospital. So far, there is no official information about his condition. The criminals remain at large, and the police are working to identify and apprehend them.
Watch closely. A silver car is parked with the door open, and the driver seems to be starting an ordinary day, unaware of what is about to happen. Among the trees, 2 criminals wait for the right moment to strike, observing every move of the victim. But the man in the car is no ordinary person. He is a military police officer, alert and ready to react. When the assailants approach and announce the robbery, the officer acts immediately, draws his weapon, and fires. One of them is hit and falls, while the accomplice flees in panic, abandoning his partner. The car even assists the officer during the action. He approached the fallen criminal and secures the weapon left nearby. Emergency responders arrive quickly. The assailant did not survive his injuries, and the other suspects remain at large as the investigation continues.
What seemed like a calm afternoon on the main street quickly turned into a tense moment. Security cameras from a motorcycle shop show the quiet late afternoon movement until a motorcycle with 2 riders appears. Without hesitation, they ride onto the sidewalk, making their intentions clear. The passenger gets off, armed, and wearing helmets and visors. They enter the shop, trying to hide their identities. But the chosen target was no ordinary person. An off-duty police officer was among the customers and staff. He reacts immediately, firing at the assailants, who panic. During their escape, one knocks over the motorcycle and runs away. The other is hit and taken into custody. The officer and everyone else inside remain unharmed. The quick action prevented a tragedy and highlighted the importance of firm action against crime. One suspect was arrested, while the accomplice managed to escape.
Security cameras captured a tense scene in a residential neighborhood. A family was getting into a white car when suddenly a black vehicle stopped abruptly in front of them. 3 armed men got out and announced a robbery. Frightened, the victim stepped out of the car without resistance. The woman, visibly nervous, tried to shield her family and was even pushed to the ground, but quickly stood up again. The criminals demanded everything: the car, jewelry, and personal belongings. While 2 fled in the getaway car, the third attempted to drive off with the family's vehicle. However, before he could escape, he was caught off guard by the swift reaction of an off-duty police officer. Startled, the robber panicked, abandoned the car, and ran desperately through the neighborhood streets.